Hey everybody, it's Thundershot, and welcome back to another Super Dragon Ball Heroes video. Today we're going to be making a guide on the Merge Zamasu arcade boss battle. This was by far the most requested boss battle guide in my last video comment section. If you guys haven't seen that, I did make a video on how to beat Demon Goddess Toa. Turns out most of you guys hadn't made it to Demon Goddess Toa yet because you were struggling with Merge Zamasu. So here we are with a guide on how to beat Merge Zamasu. I don't want to waste too much time, so this video is going to be broken down into 3 sections. First, I'm going to be going over the cards that I used in my deck to beat Merge Zamasu. We'll be going in order from most important to least important. Secondly, I'll be showing you guys the actual battle of me beating Merge Zamasu, and I'll be explaining what these cards do and why each card is important and what it does. And then once the battle's over, we'll go into section 3, where I'll show you guys some alternative cards for some of the less important cards in my deck, as maybe there's a couple cards that you don't have that are in my deck, but that you can replace in my deck with cards that you do have, so you don't have to make a bunch of pack pulls for a less important card. So without further ado, let's just start in section 1. This is the card list that I used to beat Merge Zamasu. As you'll notice, there are only 6 cards here. The reason for that is because the 7th slot, no matter what, is always occupied with a card slot that the game gives you. You're going to be going into this battle with Gowasu. It doesn't matter what you put in your 7th card slot. The game replaces it and gives you its own ally, Gowasu, in the 7th slot regardless, so we can just leave it blank because it doesn't matter what really sits there. Going in card order list, not from left to right, but in order from most important to least important, I'm going to start with the cards that you absolutely need in order to beat this boss using my strategy. I'm sure there are other ways to beat this boss, but I shot for the easiest way possible that doesn't rely on modules or winning any CI battles. So the first and most important card for beating this boss fight with my strategy is Xeno Cell. And if you don't have Xeno Cell, whether you need to beat this arcade boss or not, I would highly recommend pulling for Xeno Cell. I think he's one of the best cards in the game as far as facing the computer goes. He has an insane tank ability that we'll talk about later, but he's extremely important. Not only to this boss fight, but to many more fights we'll be taking on in the future. He just makes a lot of things so much more convenient. And yeah, I'll explain why he's so good later. But take it from me, you're going to want Xeno Cell, especially for this strat. He is an absolute must-have. You can find Xeno Cell in pack SH2. Next, we have a card that I would say is almost, if not just as important as Xeno Cell, Golden Cooler. Golden Cooler has a very special lock-on ability we're going to be taking advantage of later, but Golden Cooler can be found in pack UM2, along with a lot of other really important cards. If you haven't pulled a bunch on UM2 by now, highly recommend pulling a bunch on UM2 just because there's a lot of really good cards in that deck. Anyways, moving on, this next card is the last, what I would say is a must-have card in order for this strategy to work properly, but Berserker Goku. Berserker Goku is basically a must-have for the whole game. His CAA in round 2 is so strong, and we'll be showing that off later. But Berserker Goku is also found in pack UM2, the same place you find Golden Cooler. Next important, I would say, is the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, specifically the one I have right there. He's going to allow us to go first in round 2, and you guys will see why that's important later on. But Blue Vegeta is also found in pack UM2. Then we have your SP card. As you can see, I have Gine pulled up here now. You can use Gine. She's fantastic. She's probably the best. Alternatively, you're actually going to see me take Gine off the team before I start this battle because I wanted to test to see if Grand Priest would work just as well. And Grand Priest pretty much does work just as well. So either Gine or Grand Priest, either card works in this scenario. And then the least important card I have on this team is Dark Demon God Buu. I have him here in order to get us to a certain hero energy marker, but he can be replaced with many other cards. So if you don't have Dark Demon God Buu, then that's really nothing to sweat. Don't worry about it all. Just wait till section 3 of this video, and I'll tell you who you can replace Dark Demon God Buu with. There's a lot of cards. If you don't have him, don't worry. You're going to be fine. By the way, I forgot to mention it earlier. Gine is found in pack SH2. Alternatively, if you want to run Grand Priest, he's found in SH6. SH6 is also where Dark Demon God Buu is, but like I said, you don't exactly need Dark Demon God Buu. So you'll see me pick a battle module from round 4. The reason I do that is because we're not going to make it to round 4, and I just want to show you guys that we don't actually need a battle module, a specific battle module, in order to win this fight. So I'd rather pick one in a later round that we'll never see. That way you guys know I wasn't using a module or anything like that. So as the battle starts and everyone powers up and depowers up and all that stuff, you'll want to take every single card you have and move it to the back line. Except for Xeno Cell, you can move Xeno Cell to the front. Now, if you're running Grand Priest as your SP card, leave him in the back because he is only allowed to be used for 1 turn. So if you have him in the attack phase during the first turn, that means he won't get to be used during turn 2, which is when you want to deal all the damage. So if you're using Grand Priest, keep him in the back line. Alternatively, if you're running Gine, you can actually put Gine on Xeno Cell. It won't do a lot of damage, but it'll double the damage you are going to do with Xeno Cell. And any little bit of damage you get here is, it's not necessary, but it is appreciated. As you'll see here, Merge Zamasu runs a triple attack, and he's going to have 3 super attacks. The glorious thing about Xeno Cell and what makes him so strong and why he's a must-have for this strategy is his round 1 ability. In round 1, if Xeno Cell's going to take an attack, the attack is not allowed to do more than 1,000 damage. So if you block the attack with a CI, great job. If the attack actually does less than 1,000, fantastic. It does less than 1,000. But if you're going to see Merge Zamasu hit me 3 times here with 3 straight super attacks, and every super attack will only do 1,000 damage. That is how Xeno Cell works. That's his ability for round 1, is that he doesn't take any damage. It's why we're able to take the whole team back and let the whole team build up stamina and get ready for round 2. While Xeno Cell goes out there and just takes a butt kicking that doesn't actually hurt him at all. The other ability he has that pairs so nicely with this is he's also not allowed to be stunned, meaning you can use him in round 2 as well, and he'll still get his attack off in round 1 because he likely won't be going first if he's the only card that you send out there. Okay, so we're getting into round 2 now, and you can make Cell go Giant or not. I choose to make him go Giant because he does more damage as going Giant. If he doesn't go Giant, that's more power level for your team, which is kind of irrelevant because we have Blue Vegeta. I make him go Giant. It's more damage. You might need that little bit of damage reduction. He has an insanely high guard. So by dropping his guard to 1, we're going to make everyone on our team do significantly more damage to him than they would normally be able to do. This is why I ran Demon God Boo, because Demon God Boo steals 2 energy at the end of a round if they have over, I think it's 5 energy, which he's a boss battle. He's Merge Zamasu. He's always going to have more than 5 energy. So Demon God Boo steals enough energy to make sure that we have 7 or more energy, so Golden Cooler has his super attack. You'll see me mess up the CI with Golden Cooler. Again, it's very important to note that you don't have to win the CI battle in order for the guard drop to 1 lock-on ability for Cooler to work. Because again, I want to make these guides in a way that you don't actually have to win, you know, really difficult CI battles, or if you can, you don't have to win any CI battles at all in order to beat the boss. Now, funnily enough, you will see me win a CI battle here, and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Gowasu will get their super attacks off for a bunch of damage. You can go back and run the math once the battle's over, but that CI victory wasn't necessary. You can do this same strategy without winning any CI battles, and you will still have enough damage to take out Merge Zamasu if you're running these same cards I am. In fact, you see me start to lose every CI battle on purpose from that one forward, because I honestly didn't mean to win that CI battle. I wanted to lose it. So know that this strategy still works, even if you don't win any CI battles. But if you don't have all of these cards, like maybe you're missing Berserker Goku or a couple other cards here and there, you can probably get away with replacing Berserker Goku with another card that has a lot of power, or another card that has a super attack that can do a fair amount of damage, or maybe you can rely on Golden Cooler landing a super attack. There are replacements here if you're willing to attempt to win at least 1 CI battle in the attack phase of round 2. But like I've said before, I prefer my guides to be as easy as possible. So now we're getting to the reason why Berserker Goku is so important, along with Gine or Grand Priest, is because of Berserker Goku's CAA attack, which comes at the end of round 2 or 3, or whenever you put him in. From round 2 onward, at the end of your attack phase, Berserker Goku will do 1 Dragon Fist, 1 time only. But this Dragon Fist does an unbelievable amount of damage, especially when paired with Cooler after dropping his guard down to 1. This is the reason we need to wait until round 2. This is the reason we use Xeno Cell to buy us time in round 1, because Berserker Goku can't do his epic CAA Dragon Fist in round 1. So we have Cell buy us time until round 2. Then we have the energy for Cooler to use his super attack and use that lock-on ability to drop the guard. And then Berserker Goku comes in for the clean sweep kill. And if I haven't mentioned it already, the reason Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is so important is because with Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's ability, he allows us to go first in the beginning of round 2. Because his ability gives you an insanely high power level boost for every attacker on your team. And that huge power level boost is what lets you go first in round 2. If you don't have him and you can't go first in round 2, you're going to have a pretty bad time, because then you have to survive 3 more Zamasu attacks, and there's no Xeno Cell to absorb all the hits anymore. The rewards for this, at least the ones I got 9 gacha tickets and some Zenny. I think it's the same every time. I might be wrong with that one, but if this is a pretty decent battle to farm gacha tickets for if you're not using the tournament battle farm method, which if you don't know about the tournament farm, just go beat the tournament and then do the secret battle over and over again. But I'm getting sidetracked. Now we're moving on to section 3 of the video, where I show you guys some potential replacement cards in case I ran some cards that you guys don't have. Now, like I said, the cards that are pretty much necessary are Xeno Cell, Golden Cooler, and to a very large extent, Berserker Goku is also almost mandatory, I would say. If you don't have Gine or Grand Priest, I would recommend pulling for at least one of them, just because even if not for this specific boss fight, there's so many other fights in this game where Gine or Grand Priest come in very, very handy, as they just give you a huge power buff. And I don't want to say it's necessary, but it's very, very helpful to have one of those two. So if you don't have one of those 2 cards, I would recommend pulling for them no matter what, whether you want to use them to beat this boss fight or not, just because those are very, very good cards to have. Same thing with Xeno Cell, and same thing with Berserker Goku. Those cards are also extremely, extremely important, and if you don't have them already, you might as well pull until you get them. I would almost stretch that invitation to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta as well, but honestly, he's not necessary if you have another card. And this is the card that can replace. If you don't want to pull for Gine and Grand Priest, and maybe you don't even have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, you can actually replace Gine and Grand Priest with a card called Mechi Kabura. Mechi Kabura is another card that raises your power level an insane amount and allows you to go first in round 2. So if you're running Mechi Kabura, he would take the place of Grand Priest or Gine, being that he's an SP card. However, that means that your team won't quite have the firepower necessary to put Merge Zamasu away in that all-in in round 2. Meaning if you do run Mechi Kabura, you're either going to need to replace Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta with a card that hits extremely, extremely strong, or you're going to have to try to win at least one CI battle, which honestly isn't that difficult against Merge Zamasu from my experience. Winning one CI battle in round 2 is totally doable. It probably shouldn't take you more than 3 or 4 tries unless you're just really bad at CI battles, which there's nothing wrong with that. But that is an alternative if you don't have any of the other cards. If maybe you don't have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, or you don't have Gine or Grand Priest to run, Mechi Kabura is an alternative. Okay, and lastly, we're going to look at the replace for Demon God Kid Buu. You can replace Demon God Kid Buu with basically any card that is able to get you more hero energy, or any card that has any support card that has the Link ability Sideline Support. As far as hero energy cards go, there's a Super Saiyan 3 Xeno Vegito, and he can replace the 2 energy that you normally would be getting from Demon God Kid Buu. Forgive me, I do not know which pack Xeno Vegito's in off the top of my head. Or you can run the plethora of cards that run the Sideline Support. And you pull the search menu up when you're looking for cards in the card registration area, and you go to ability, and then you click on Link and search for all the cards with Link abilities. Then you can just skim the area with Link abilities, and you're looking for cards with Sideline Support. There's a 3-star Prisoner Trunks that has it. There's a bunch of Hercules that have it. There's a Xeno Gohan that has it. But do this search with your own deck, because the odds are pretty high that if you've done a few pulls in any deck, you probably have at least one support card with the ability Sideline Support. And the reason this Link ability is so good is because whoever you link up with automatically gets a super attack for that turn. Now, it only works one time, so make sure that they don't link up with Xeno Cell on turn 1. And then on turn 2, you keep them back in the support area, and you link them up with Golden Cooler. Because like I said before, Golden Cooler doesn't even need to do his super in order for his ability to work to drop Zamasu's guard down to 1. He just needs to have his super up. And by linking someone with him, with the ability Sideline Support, he will have his super up, and you will still be able to drop Merge Zamasu's guard down to 1 for free. So I think that about covers the Merge Zamasu guide, everybody. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Taking a moment to plug myself, I live stream on Twitch a lot. I've been live streaming this game on Twitch a lot. Twitch is my main thing now. I don't really do YouTube that often anymore, but these guide videos are a lot of fun to make. So I kind of came out of retirement to crank out some guide videos. I do want to make more guide videos, but we're going to be finding out how to make those guide videos over on my Twitch channel. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitch, please feel free to hit that link in the description down below and hit that follow button for my Twitch account, because I am live over there all the time, and I've been playing the crap out of this game. But like I said, that's it for me. Thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed the guide video. Hope this helps you guys get past the Merge Zamasu. For the next guide video, I think it's either going to be between Golden Frieza or Xeno Cell. Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below which bosses you're struggling with, particularly out of those two. But if you're struggling with any other boss, let me know. I will work on a guide for that as soon as I can. And hopefully we can get more of these bosses beat, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thunder shut out. Peace late. And I will catch you all next time. Have a good one, everybody.